Hello and welcome to the EPQ, or the Extended Project Qualification Presentation for the Sixth Form Open Evening 2020. My name is Peter Ging, I'm the Head of Sixth Form here at First Plat, but I'm also the EPQ Coordinator for the course, so I look after all of the Extended Project Qualification students over the course of the academic year. The purpose of this video is just to tell you a little bit more about the EPQ, what it's about, what it's like, why you should take it, and give you a little bit more information before you can explore the rest of the material on the website along with all the other subject presentations for this evening. So what's the EPQ? Well, put simply, it is a large independent project that students undertake on pretty much anything they want to take. It is directed by the student, it is defined by the student, and it's on things that the student finds particularly interesting. There are a couple of caveats that go with that, which I'll explain more about in the presentation materials on the website that you'll be able to see in more detail. My PowerPoint will go through a little bit more. But essentially, students have got free choice over what they do, which is absolutely fantastic. There are projects that we have done here at First Plat that range from everything from particle physics to My Little Pony and everything in between, and students will write a dissertation on the project of their choice. If students write a dissertation that's simply a piece of writing, they'll write around about 5,000 words, so about 10 sides of A4 on their project, which will incorporate all of their research that they take on board, their academic thesis, and then the write-up of that itself. If a student wants to create what we call an artifact, which is a physical object that goes alongside their thesis, alongside their project, and that might be something along the lines of a piece of music, or it might be a performance, or it might be something that they have made. A chair we've had in the past, some architecture, a piece of jewellery, that kind of thing, then they won't write quite as much. That dissertation will then be minimum of 1,000 words, plus the artifact that goes alongside it. So there's different ways in which students can approach their EPQ, which makes it all the more exciting. So why take it then? What's the reason behind taking it? Our students who have taken it previously have turned around and said that apart from the academic joy of being able to kind of direct your own study, and that is a massive part of the reason why you take the EPQ, universities look incredibly favourably upon it. The EPQ is a standalone qualification worth roughly half an A-level, so it carries with it UCAS points. The students who take it are the students who are on the extended and extended plus pathways. And so what we have is we have students who take 3 A-levels plus their EPQ on top of it. And so students look towards the top end universities who take the EPQs, particularly Oxford, particularly places like Manchester or Leeds or Southampton. These universities have got very strong links with the EPQ, and they recognise that very favourably in terms of their application process. As well as the actual nuts and bolts of applying to university though, it's the skills that the EPQ helps develop which are incredibly useful in a higher education setting. So throughout the EPQ you'll receive taught sessions and you'll develop independently skills in academic writing, you will be able to develop skills in research and referencing, for instance. You'll be able to look at skills like plagiarism, you'll be able to look at ethical research, all of the kind of things which universities are going to be very keen in kind of developing within you. And it means that if you come to your undergraduate study with some of those skills already in place, that will suit you and stand you in incredibly good stead. So how does it work? Well, the EPQ is taught over 1 year, so you have EPQ lessons throughout year 12. In that time, you are attached to a supervisor, so there is somebody who essentially looks after you, and that supervisor is there to guide you and is there to provide advice. What they won't necessarily do is instruct you what to put in your project. It is an independent piece of work. And so one of the beautiful things about the EPQ is that you meet with your supervisor 5 times over your fortnight in your timetable lessons, and you sit and you discuss and you talk about what you've done, you talk about the stage that your research project is at, and you get advice and you get guidance. In that sense, it is very much like the kind of experience that students at Cambridge and Oxford and the Russell Group universities have in things called supervisions or things called tutorials or seminars, where you meet with university tutors and you discuss projects on the go. That same approach happens here with the EPQ at A-level. When you get to the end of year 12 and you start year 13, the first half term of the autumn term from September is preparation for your presentation and preparation for the hand-in of your project. All EPQs are submitted to the exam board by November of year 13. So everything is done and dusted by Christmas of your second year of study here at First Plant. How does it work? Students have then got access, as I've said, to tutors, to supervision tutors who will guide them through it. And there is a taught element process. We don't expect our students to come in and just be able to write these projects. We work with students over a series of lessons to help give them the tools they need to get in and do the research and write it up. On top of that, we give students access to a piece of software called Project Q, which is an online project management software. And essentially what students do is they use it as a journal. When they're done writing up on the journal, they just hit download and everything comes out from the Project Q into Word document form, and the journal is produced directly from that. It is a lovely piece of software to help students manage their project management from start to finish, which is great. And students are given access to a range of other activities and a range of other online support tools. And one of the things that I would mention at this stage is what we call a MOOC, or is a massive open online course. If you've never come across a MOOC before, a MOOC is a really wonderful thing that we talk about an awful lot in sixth form. But it's something that if you are considering about the EPQ, there are 2 MOOCs that are available on a website called Future Learn. And I would recommend having a look. If you just find futurelearn.com and just type in EPQ, you'll come across 2 courses, totally free, which you can have a look at, and they'll give you a better understanding of what it's all about. One is from the University of Bath and the other is from the University of Southampton, and they're both about project management and about how to succeed in your EPQ. So I'd really recommend having a look at that if this is something that you're interested in. And we also use an awful lot of support tools from universities directly. Manchester produces a huge amount, which we use to structure our course, so does Leeds. So everything that happens over the course of the EPQ project is kind of geared towards higher education, and indeed comes from higher education as well. So in a nutshell, the EPQ is a qualification that is purely academic. It is what's known as an academic qualification, and it's entirely focused on you. It's something that I really love in the sixth form, and it's something that the students come away saying they've enjoyed most because it is driven by them. So really, if it's something that you're sat here thinking, I love the independent learning approach, I like directing my own time, I like being, I like investigation, I like analysis, then this is really very much a course that you should consider. And it is a course, as I've said, for the extended and extended plus courses, and so make sure you check your predicted grades, make sure you check what you're targeting at the end of your GCSEs, because it is the upper pathways that we'll be looking to add, because it adds to the 3 A levels that students take on top of it. If you're a First Plat student and you're watching this and you think you'd like to know more, I've given you this in a nutshell, believe it or not. If you would like to know more, please feel free to come and have a chat to me about it at any point. Come find me and I'll happily talk to you about the EPQ. If it's something, however, that you are an external student about, and if it's something you want to know more, drop us an email. I'm very happy to get in touch. Thank you very much for listening. Look forward to seeing as many of you as possible on the EPQ courses coming along, and I hope you have a very, very good rest of your year. Best of luck in your GCSEs, and we'll see you shortly. Take care. Bye-bye.